Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of our playthrough of Star Wars The Old Republic. On our first episode, we first arrived on Korriban and were put under the jurisdiction of Overseer Harkin, who already seems to really hate us for, Sithy reasons. And we are now in the Tombs of Ajunta Pall, and we are here to meet a hermit named Spindrel in order to be tested by him and gain Sith knowledge. So let's advance forward. Now, I had mentioned a lot about Ajunta Pall in the last episode, but once we get to Spindrel, there'll probably be more to mention of him. But there's many other notable ancient Sith warriors and sorcerers that we'll have to talk about in our time in Korriban. Okay. I won't read all this, but basically, because of this core slug infestation, there is mercenaries and looters that are taking advantage of the mayhem, and they're looting all these ancient Sith artifacts. And apparently, someone was sent to stop them, but they were gotten by the core slugs first. So we're going to take it upon ourselves. Think of how dangerous it must have been for these Sith for these looters even to get past the Sith barricade. Because, this is Korriban. This place is absolutely surrounded by the Sith in space and just everywhere else. So it was really a crazy risk to come here. But really, any of these Sith artifacts could just be worth millions and millions of credits. So clearly these looters see the risk being worth it. I think it'd be interesting to look and to see what the time frame between when the Republic was occupying Korriban to kind of quarantine it from the Sith, and the mayhem of the planet when the Sith eventually came back and returned. Like what we see the young Darth Malgus when he fights Chaos and Darach. Like, what were the following days like after that initial attack? And that's probably where a lot of these looters actually got that time frame to like sort of like establish their base in between all that mayhem. But apparently the core slugs have been such a problem that they haven't been able to send the these Sith troops down here effectively. And just a heads up, I wanted to thank some of you guys for all the feedback you gave me on the audio in the last episode. I enabled subtitles for you guys, and I'll make sure the audio levels are balanced a lot better in this episode, hopefully. So I think this is where we go for, yep. And here's Spindrel.
An alien acolyte. Unusual, but not unexpected. The Sith are not friendly to your kind. But that will be an advantage, I think. You are here for your trial, yes? Learn the ways of the Sith from a doddering old man in a tomb. And hopefully to return to your master with the mark of my approval.
Yes, my lord, that's right.
Of course it is. I know the way of things on the surface. But before I answer either way, you must pass a trial of blood. Survive, and I will teach you what I know.
already Spindrill's putting us to the test. Oh man, the combat looks really great in this game. I love all the different animations. Now for some reason, it seems that Overseer Harkin kind of resents this guy, so I don't really quite remember exactly the reason why, but see if we can find out at some point.
These former acolytes wanted nothing more than to earn their second chance for glory by killing you and taking your place. But your desire proved stronger, and their blood became the mantle of your victory. Well done. But you are not Sith yet. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength, power. Through power, victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. This is the Sith Code. Commit it to your heart, and you will have the strength to crush your enemies. Do you understand?
Yes, I think I do. I must use my emotions to grow strong.
Do not be timid. Humility is the attitude of a slave, not a Sith. Now go. Return to Harkin and nurture your hatred for him, and use your fear of him to grow stronger. He may raise his fist to strike, but it is Lord Zash who determines where the blow will land.
How do you know Harkin and Lord Zash?
Both of them have been through here in my time, and they have gone their separate paths since. Now, go. Leave me to my rest.
Alright, so now it's time to pick our combat proficiency, and after just a couple minutes of research, because I'm that far detached from the game now, I really don't know what's good. We're going to go with Deception, because apparently this is putting out the highest DPS at the moment within the recent patches, so this is what we're going to be going for. And I'm pretty sure this is the... which one did I... before I think I did Darkness, so... but then again, that was a long time ago. But regardless, Deception it is. And I believe Surging. That's not how that works. Okay, I'm gonna look into the skill tree later, but I'm pretty sure at the moment we don't have any points to invest. But just on that last cutscene, I have to admit I was a bit surprised that Spindrill didn't talk about Ajunta Pall at all. Now, as I mentioned before, canonically within the expanded universe, Revan somewhat redeems Ajunta Pall. I mean, he banishes his Force Ghost, releasing it into the Force by, you know, bringing him the light side, essentially. And obviously, that did little to nothing to undo what Ajunta Pall had achieved through his lifetime. But it did reveal, excuse me, it did reveal that he had come to regret his actions at some point, whether that be throughout towards the end of his life or just at the very end. But Ajunta Pall reveals that he, you know, did regret what he had done. And we don't really actually know how Ajunta Pall died. We know he dies on Ziost, but all he really says is he died like most other Sith do, through the deception and machinations of other Sith Lords. So, coming from the first Dark Lord of the Sith, he's basically saying that the path of being a Sith leads to a dead end. And maybe that's why the Sith don't really talk about him as much. I can't quite remember if there's any more mention of him on Korriban, but I believe when we get to Dromund Kaas and encounter the Revanites, they make some mention of Ajunta Pall and what Revan had done for him. I could be wrong, we'll see. But yeah, he dies on Ziost, and like I said, we're in his tomb right now. So they revered him enough to bring him back to Korriban, and maybe they hold him to some sort of unrealistic pedestal. They basically remember what they want to remember and forget what they want to forget, or maybe all the information about Ajunta Pall being redeemed is censored. We encounter a lot of those sorts of things, and like I said, once we get to the Revanites, you'll see how far the Sith go to censor all sort of mention of Revan and him turning back to the light side and so on. I really, really do enjoy those Revanite side quests, and I think you don't have to do them anymore, but we will most certainly do them. And I just realized we have some artifacts to recover, so we're gotta go backwards.
That's because you're stupid.
That dude's level 4, and he's already pimped out. He's got like some wannabe Darth Maul, Darth Revan gear. It's always kind of funny. I mean, I really like all the different gear options this game offers, but it's kind of funny to see like 30 Darth Revans running around and like 30 Ahsoka Tano's running around. I like to have my character be pretty unique, and when we get into the later levels, we'll pimp out our character, but right now we're just gonna rock with every other Acolyte is rocking right now. So here we are, we finally made it to the Sith Academy. And when Darth Revan came onto Korriban to raise his Sith army, he actually is the one that first re-established this previously ancient and abandoned Sith Academy. So I think there's someone we're supposed to report to, yeah.
I have taken care of your problem with the looters in the tomb.
Ah, then I'll assume my men are dead. Even so, you have done us a great service. Their loss is your gain, I suppose.
Then I'm finished here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think there's a trainer nearby. But for now,
Finally, you arrive. As disgusting as Overseer Harkon said. Regardless, Lord Zash has made it clear that all new acolytes must learn martial skills as well as face their trials. Though why anyone thinks you can be taught is beyond me.
I I assume someone a bit more learned will be instructing me.
Someone with a bit less pull, you mean? Not for all the credits in the world. You will find the instructors in the Academy's archive. Hurry, and try not to embarrass your betters.
There's a lot of unique dialogue for being an alien Sith, and that's part of the reason why I chose to be an alien as opposed to a human or Sith pureblood. Like I mentioned before, I really do feel like this story was just meant to be played as an alien.
Ah, the last one. Always the latecomer. Now we can see what the Hermit thinks of you, Slime. Acolyte Corey. Step forward, please.
Yes, Overseer.
You are a weak, pathetic rodent, and even a lunatic like Spindrel can see this. And that means... Meet our newcomer, Von Alt. This is real Sith strength, and he will tear you apart and crush your bones, slaves. Look on him. No connections left in the world, but pure Sith blood. This is Lord Zash's future apprentice, not filth like you.
I think after being enslaved by the Sith for so long, someone like our character here would take exception to a Sith pureblood.
We'll see how tough he is out in the tombs. Alone, with just me and my blade for company.
Step this way, slave. I want to speak to you privately. The rest of you, get out of here. You know your trials. You too, Fawn. Spindrel awaits. Now, listen to me. Spindrel is a lunatic. His approval means nothing. You are filth, and you will die. Is that clear?
You stay out of my way. I'll stay out of yours.
Shut your mouth, wretch. Now, your second trial. Lord Zash has requested a special trial for you, which you will no doubt fail. Go to Inquisitor Zinn in the jails. He will fill you in on the details, and most likely hasten your demise.
I'll be there in but a moment.
I don't want to see you again until you're back from the jails. That's all.
Let's see what we got here.
Acolyte, you've arrived. And not a moment too soon. Hakan has given me very specific instructions. You were raised as a slave, but must discard those traits and learn to control others. And I have just the task for that end. Meet this driveling excuse for an acolyte. He will be your victim.
I don't think we're quite at the point yet where this character would go and be so cruel.
What exactly does this entail?
A short while ago, there was what we call an unauthorized murder here in the Academy. A rivalry among apprentices resulted in death. Interrogate him. Make him tell you who committed this crime at any cost.
I'll see what I can do, but I won't torture anyone.
Already you are a disappointment to me, Acolyte. But Hakan said nothing of torture being a requirement, so I will not restrict you.
Please, don't hurt me. I don't know anything.
It's okay, Aleph. I just want to talk.
Yeah, right. I know what you want, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know anything.
I can't help you if you won't trust me.
Why should I trust you? You can't help me. You can't protect me. Even if I did know something, I'd be dead. Or worse.
It sounds like you do know something.
What? No, No, I didn't mean... I've said too much. I can't tell you. He'll kill me.
Try not to make things worse.
I don't understand. Why threaten me with torture? Why not just get it over with?
My patience is wearing thin.
No, you misunderstand. It's just that any other acolyte would have used the machine by now. I'll tell you what I saw, but promise me that the murderer will get justice, that he won't come to kill me.
I'll do everything in my power.
As strange as it sounds coming from another acolyte, I appreciate that. An apprentice named Esor Kayan. I saw him murder his victim outside the library on the second floor. Listen, his master's incredibly powerful. He won't let Kayan be punished. Kayan will kill me.
So what am I supposed to do? Stand up to his master?
Maybe if you can convince the Inquisitor that I need protection, maybe he'll... I don't know.
I can't make any promises, but I'll try.
Thank you. I hope you know what you're doing.
You don't have to tell me. I heard the name loud and clear, though I sorely wish I hadn't. Esor Kayan. Kayan's master is a Dark Council member. I'd be a fool to oppose him. But anyway, your trial here is done. I will send my commendations to Overseer Harkin. You may return to him now.
What are you going to do about the murderer?
Nothing, although the apprentice's master will have to be informed. It's not my business to dispense justice, certainly not where the Dark Council is concerned.
That makes a certain sense.
I'm glad you think so. It has been most pleasant watching you work, Acolyte. Truly, I wish you the best of luck in your remaining trials.
I feel like you guy was being sarcastic. I feel like I definitely disappointed him.
Well. I had been looking forward to cutting another one of you down, but it looks like I'll be spared the trouble. Unsurprisingly, Nylock has gone missing. Also, unsurprisingly, Fon has passed his first trial. It's only a matter of time before he tramples you all underfoot.
I'll tear you apart where you stand, slave.
Patience, Fon. An accident in the tombs is much more convincing. Now, the lot of you know your next task. Go. I want to speak to Fon and our latecomer. Now, slave. Zin says you handled yourself expertly, and as much as I find this difficult to believe, Lord Zash is satisfied with his evaluation. Undoubtedly, Zin helped you in some way, but you will not have his help on the next trial. Both you and Fon will have trials of intellect, trials that test your ability to apply your understanding of the Force to solve problems.
You don't expect a slave to be a match for me in intellect. I've been trained under the greatest teachers.
Calm down, Fon. I certainly do not expect this slave to be a match for you. That's why you will have separate trials.
Truly, your generosity astounds.
You're only digging your own grave. Fon, you will go to the library on the second floor of the Academy and translate the following texts for Lord Zash.
Yes, Overseer.
Slave. Deep in the ancient, monster-infested tomb of Marka Ragnos, there is a holocron filled with dark secrets and encased in a great stone monument. No one has figured out how to release the holocron from its stone prison in over 1,000 years. You will bring this holocron to me, or you will die.
The more you make me hate you, the stronger I become, Harkin. And one of these days, I'm going to be strong enough to crush you.
You will never be strong enough, slave. You will bring back the holocron, or hope that the spirit of Marka Ragnos himself returns to end your miserable existence. Now go.